Monday, August 4th, AD 2025. This is the World View in 5 minutes, written by yours truly and heard on 140 radio stations and at theworldview.com. I'm Adam McManus. Cuban pastor Michael Velasquez vanished about 14 hours after delivering epilepsy medication to a friend's granddaughter on July 9th in the island country, reports International Christian Concern. Velasquez delivered the medicine to the granddaughter of Marta Benitez, whose sons were imprisoned for participating in a peaceful protest in July 2021. Immediately after the delivery, Velasquez was abruptly barred from entering the Benitez home. Moments after completing a phone call with another pastor, he disappeared. His phone was instantly switched off, severing all contact. Pastors from the Alliance of Christians of Cuba launched a search for Velasquez, combing hospitals, detention centers, and police stations, yet their efforts yielded no clue to his whereabouts. At around 2 a.m. on July 10th, Velasquez was discovered outside his home, clearly shaken after enduring a traumatic interrogation and serious threats. When questioned, he would not disclose details of the incident and behaved erratically, sometimes yelling and at other times falling eerily silent. Pastor Velasquez's abduction is only the most recent in a string of alarming cases of pastoral harassment in Cuba. In John 15:18, Jesus said, "If the world hates you, keep in mind that it hated me first." According to Open Doors, Cuba is the 26th most dangerous country worldwide for Christians. The Corporation for Public Broadcasting announced it is shutting down, reports American Family Radio. Congress created it in 1967 with the Public Broadcasting Act in order to promote educational and cultural programming that was not being done by the three broadcast networks. With a current $500 million annual budget, the Corporation for Public Broadcasting is now most known for overseeing liberal news outlet National Public Radio and the liberal network PBS. Back in May, President Trump signed an executive order to stop taxpayer-funded biased media. Republican-hating NPR sued to challenge that order and told the court any decision to cut off funding must come from Congress. With that challenge in the courts, the White House sent a rescissions package to Congress in late May. The GOP-led House passed the measure 214 to 212. In the U.S. Senate, Vice President J.D. Vance cast the tie vote for passage. Heritage Foundation senior fellow Mike Gonzalez said a nation that is $36 trillion in debt should not be paying for news coverage that tells half of the country to get lost because of its political beliefs. Liberty Counsel took a case to the U.S. Supreme Court to ensure that parents are allowed to opt their children out of homosexual and transgender indoctrination in public schools. However, if House Resolution 15 passes, it'll open the floodgates and will force parents, counselors, and teachers to celebrate this destructive behavior. This bill has been introduced in both the current U.S. House and Senate. H.R. 15, the misnamed Equality Act, will be a nightmare for everyone, warns Liberty Counsel Action. Every Democrat has signed on to the bill, and some Republicans voted for a prior version of H.R. 15. The margins are slim, and we could lose this battle if we remain silent. The battle in Congress will be fierce, but we must stop this bill for 4 reasons. First, if the child becomes confused by the propaganda at public schools, mandated by H.R. 15, to think a person can choose their sex like they choose clothes, there will be no one to help them learn the truth. The child can demand hormone-blocking drugs, stopping puberty, opposite-sex hormones, and even surgery to remove healthy body parts. Parents will have no say, nor will the hospitals, healthcare providers, or pharmacists. Insurance and taxpayer funds will cover the expense. If the parents object, this will be considered child abuse, and the child could be removed from the home. Second, if someone pressures a young girl to get an abortion, she'll have no one to protect her from this life and death decision. The so-called Equality Act will make abortion a federal right through all 9 months. It will preempt every state law, including parental notification or consent and informed consent. The parents will have no say, nor will the hospitals, healthcare workers, or pharmacists. Insurance companies cannot refuse coverage, and our tax dollars will fund the killing of innocent life. If parents, healthcare workers, and pharmacists resist the abortion, they can be sued by the U.S. Department of Justice, private individuals, and organizations, including Planned Parenthood. Third, if the child asks the parents for help to overcome unwanted homosexual attractions, behaviors, or gender confusion, there will be no one to help. The so-called Equality Act will make it illegal to provide any such counsel to help overcome these unwanted attractions, behaviors, or confusion. In fact, this bill makes such counsel illegal for all ages and for any counsel, licensed and unlicensed, and this includes pastoral counseling. Fourth, this dangerous bill will require Christian adoption and foster care ministries to place children in homosexual and transgender homes. And remember, the Q in LGBTQ encompasses nearly 550 paraphilias, which includes pedophilia. There will be no one to help these innocent children. In Matthew 18, verse 6, Jesus said, "If anyone causes one of these little ones, those who believe in me, to stumble, it would be better for them to have a large millstone hung around their neck and to be drowned in the depths of the sea." Send faxes to Congress to stop the so-called Equality Act from endangering public school kids. We've got a special link for you in our transcript today at theworldview.com. And finally, the White House is about to get a major physical upgrade, a new ballroom. Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt made the announcement.
We are proud to announce that the construction of the new White House ballroom will begin. For 150 years, presidents, administrations, and White House staff have longed for a large event space on the White House complex that can hold substantially more guests than currently allowed. President Trump has expressed his commitment to solving this problem on behalf of future administrations and the American people. The White House is currently unable to host major functions, honoring world leaders in other countries without having to install a large and unsightly tent approximately 100 yards away from the main building's entrance. The White House State Ballroom will be a much-needed and exquisite addition of approximately 90,000 total square feet of carefully crafted space with a seated capacity of 650 people, which is a significant increase from the 200-person seated capacity in the East Room of the White House.
Leavitt revealed the price tag and that it would not be paid for with tax dollars.
President Trump and other donors have generously committed to donating the funds necessary to build this approximately $200 million structure.
White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles said, quote, "President Trump is a builder at heart and has an extraordinary eye for detail. He is fully committed to working with the appropriate organizations to preserving the special history of the White House," end quote. And that's the Worldview on this Monday, August 4th of the year of our Lord 2025. Follow us on X or subscribe for free by Spotify, Amazon Music, or by iTunes or email to our unique Christian newscast at theworldview.com. I'm Adam McManus. Seize the day for Jesus Christ.